A monstrous course lies before us, with many surprises along the way. And yes, this is all part of the Extreme Sports Championship of Marble World, and will be the events for today's event, which is the Extreme Freeform race. Yeah, tongue twister to me, I guess. Yep. So today we have a freeform raceway for probably gonna be very eventful 3 races later on that'll be in the competition. And yes, there's a lot to this course, from the high drops in the first tubular sector, in the white tracks of its first sector or something, and then another big drop before a slalom in certain section that'll send the marbles while they will be spinning, be dizzy. Speaking of dizzy, this is the D of the next sector, which is the second sector. And yes, as you can tell, all of this is made using freeform tracks and some other shapes. And of course, there are some obstacles like this triangle, these triangles, and this drop, along with these 2 others, which leads to the finish line out here. So yes, a lot to take in for this event, and we'll be seeing we'll be seeing the marbles in the championship in action for this event. But before we start with the first race of 3, I will show the final standings from the last event, and then we'll see how this event plays out. So yes, here's the final standings. I'm presenting it right now. Alright, so here are the standings from the last event, the Extreme Diving. And as you can tell, the Windsor Wanderers, the champions of 3 events in the championship so far, they have a huge lead over the 2nd and 3rd place teams, that is the Woodbreakers and Greyhounds, which both have 25 points each. And as I said before, the Rainbow Rockers are not eligible for the championship anymore. But let's see if they can be able to find redemption in this event or any of the next 2 events that's coming soon. And let's see whether any marble team will be able to reduce the lead between them and the Windsor Wanderers. If not, then the championship might be decided when it comes to the final 2 events. But yes, let's start the first race right now. Alright, the first race is ready to go, and yep, just made a small change because I realized something in the test run before I officially started this race. Yeah, and right now it's a more slalom bit. But however, also this is a starting grid that I got here for this race and for the other 2 races. And just so you know, I have absolutely 0 control over what the starting grid is. I can even show you how it looks like. It's the randomized spawn location function. So yeah, just so you know. And I'm gonna be using the abbreviations again. If you want to see the actual team names, please go to the intro from the 1st to 3rd events, and you'll be able to see the team names. I guess you could turn on the captions too, the subtitles. But yeah, without further ado, let's start the race. And sitting on pole is the Greyhounds, and they'll be running right now. So here goes the first race, and the Greyhounds are attempting to get ahead of the pack, and they've got it. The Woodbreakers are following them, being the top 2 in the standings. Being 2 of the top 3 in the standing, this is gonna be great for them. And yeah, although the marbles will be getting points based on where they finish, and the more points that a marble gets, well, the better it finishes. But anyway, going up front, we have the Woodbreakers and the Gallant Galaxies locked in a tight duel going down this bit, and the Woodbreakers fall off. They have way too much speed and have lost the lead altogether, along with all the remaining places. The Fireballs are dropping out next. You see, only this sector is the deadly one out here. And the Gallant Galaxies, while I was saying that, they have won the race. The Rainbow Rockers are second, then Bonetos are third, followed by the Winter Wanderers, and the Greyhounds, and the Blue Marbles. After that is the Fireballs and Woodbreakers, both of whom have fallen off. So yeah, this is why it's called an extreme freeform track we have. Yeah, so so here are the results from the first race. I'll show it here. And I guess it's time to getting the points. So the Gallant Galaxies, they will be taking 8 points from this race. And since the Woodbreakers dropped off earlier, well, since they dropped off earlier, and I suppose that they dropped at a later position though. That's what I think happened, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, but well, the Woodbreakers, they dropped off first and at a later position, and the Fireballs dropped off at an earlier position but later. So I'm gonna go for time. So since the Woodbreakers, they were on the course longer, they were in the lead though, so I'll try to work this out. However, here are your points here. So Rainbow Rockers take 7, Nimble Nettles get 6 points, and so on. Yeah, I'll work this out first. Alright, so I did do some looking back at the videotape, and it seemed like the Woodbreakers did fall on a later position, and I think the Fireballs fell out earlier. So this means that the Woodbreakers will be getting the extra points. But yeah, right now we have to commence race 2 of 3. Yeah, so the points the marbles get will affect how well they do. Will affect how many points they get at the end of the event. So yes, not gonna say anymore. Let's start the second race. Just starting it like right out the gate, and the second race has started. The Fireballs are on pole, but the Rainbow Rockers, the events before them, but the Greyhounds advance even farther ahead. And right now here comes the drop 2, and the first 3 marbles all having an okay trip. Yep, so everyone is right there, and the Greyhounds are still in the lead. That's a nice move from the Winter Wanderers. Couldn't get it to stick though. And everyone hitting the chevron or something. And now onto the deadly sector, Star Killer. Although there's no star though. And the Fireballs, they get a lot of speed and they luckily make it through. That's gotta do with the friction they got, I guess. And the Greyhounds, they have no opposition and will win the race. But yeah, the Gallant Galaxies have fallen off. And the Winter Wanderers come in 7th. And there's no one left but the Gallant Galaxies. They're taking last place while everyone's gonna just sit ahead comfortably. And yes, the Greyhounds will be getting 8 points for this round. And yeah, so time to do some math for the points, and then I'll start race 3. Yeah. Alright, so I did some math, and yep, I'm gonna reveal all the points at the end of the video. At the end of the event, so I'll not be saying any point related stats for the moment. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this third race right now, and the Rainbow Rockers are in front again. And here goes. everyone running through. Rainbow Rockers get a bit held back, and they're now in 6th. Right now is the Gallon Galaxies and the Woodbreakers, 2 of the better marbles for this event. And the Gallon Galaxies are further back now. I don't know where they are. I suppose 6. And the Winter Wanderers are once again bringing up the rear. But you know, they can be very unpredictable and will bring out a lot of surprises. I would watch out if I was 7th place. But the Woodbreakers going through this drop. And they're good. They have made it through. It seems like we have 2 marbles here that have stalled. And there's another marble. Ooh, the Winter Wanderers, they're stuck. But yeah, while saying all that, the remainder of the marbles have crossed the finish line. And this is what I got. So I'll try to do some definition on what to do out here, because the Rainbow Rockers and Gallon Galaxies look to be tied, to be honest. But according to the scoring pylon, it's 6th and 7th for the teams. Yeah. So the Woodbreakers have taken the win for this race. The Nimble Nettles are 2nd, Greyhounds are 3rd, Fireballs 4th, and Blue Marbles are 5th. Yep, so I'm gonna be doing all the math and some other definitions with these 2 marbles that I have here. And after that, I'll reveal all the points that the marbles have gotten. And I will reveal the final standings that follow. Yes. Alright, so I've calculated all the points, and yes, here's a shot of the Gallon Galaxies and Rainbow Rockers. And yes, I have determined that they have officially finished on the same lines. So that means that they're getting the equal amount of points for race 3. So yes, I'll be announcing the points while I do some others. While I just randomly go through this course. So yes, the winner is actually, it's a tie. It's the Greyhounds and the Nimble Nettles. Both have 18 each. That's a 4 plus an 8 plus a 6 for the Greyhounds, and a 6 and a 5 and a 7 for the Nimble Nettles. So both marbles, because they got the same amount of points, and because I don't have any official rules on how to determine tiebreakers, they're going to be getting the amount of points that the lower one gets. So unfortunately, there'll be no handout of 8 points this weekend. It's just 2 7s and so on. So the Greyhounds get 7, the Nimble Nettles get 7. As for 2nd place is the Woodbreakers with 17, 1 point behind. They'll be getting 6 points. And in 4th place would be the Rainbow Rockers for something as time or something. They got 13 points and will be getting 5 points for their overall. After that, in the Fireballs, where they're 12, they'll be getting 4 points. And then the Gallon Galaxies with 11, they'll be getting 3. As for the Blue Marbles, they have a 3, 3, and 4, that is 10, they'll be getting 2. And guess what? I haven't announced a team. Just one team, that is the Winter Wanderers. They have for once finished in the bottom half with a grand total in this event of 8 points. That's about as much as a victory in one race here. That is contributed by a 5, a 2, and a 1. Truly disappointing results for the Winter Wanderers. They'll be getting 1 point. And yes, I said in the last video, no matter how much points the other marbles get, they'll probably not lose their standing because before this event have a lead of literal 10 points. So yes, let's get to the final standings. And after that, and wait, I'll do the podium first, and then I'll do the final standings, guys. Yep. Alright, so here is the final podium. So, yep, to determine the tiebreaker, both marbles, the Nimble Nettles and Greyhounds, they're getting 7 points each. That's rather unfortunate for the for both teams, as they could have gotten 1 point more. Unfortunately, the system that determines whatever the tiebreakers are. But yes, though, I can say that they're both proud of their 7 points that they have received this event. And I suppose that is probably the best Nimble Nettles performance, I think. Yes, and the Woodbreakers, they gotta be happy with their 3rd place too. They got a 6 points and a few more to defeat the Windsor Wanderers in the standings. Speaking of which, I'll move on to the final standings now. Okay, so here are the final standings after the event. And as usual, the Windsor Wanderers still have their lead because of their earlier lead that they had amassed in the past 5 events. Yeah, but we have quite a shakeup in the rest of the order. The Greyhounds have 32 points and are 4 points away from taking out the Windsor Wanderers. They just need to finish. The Greyhounds just need to finish well, and the Windsor Wanderers need to finish bad. The same goes for the Woodbreakers at 31. So yes, Greyhounds 32, Woodbreakers 31. After that, in 4th place is the Galleon Galaxies with their 27. After that is a tie with the Blue Marbles and Nimble Nettles at 26. And out here, it's everyone who can't win the championship anymore. And that is the Fireballs and Rainbow Rockers. Yeah, a 14-point difference. Yep, their difference between them and the Windsor Wanderers is both more than 14, so that means that they're both not eligible anymore. As for the Nimble Nettles and Blue Marbles, they'll need to pick up the pace a bit if they want to get a shot at the podium or even the win. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be taking a short break first before continuing on to event 7. Which, by the way, for information, should be Super Collision. Gonna be an exciting and chaotic event. So yes, I hope you like this video. Do like, share, subscribe, and comment on what videos types I should do next, or what games should I play. And yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Yes, see you.